Hi there, it's Mary-Louise with pre and postnatal yoga at Key, and this is Harriet, who is about to have her baby any moment. Not quite. We've been doing some standing work, and I hope you've watched the previous little clips because it all flows on quite nicely. But what we're going to do here is have a nice back stretch. A big issue for pregnant women is the pressure on the lower back, not only in pregnancy but also in labour. So we're going to come into what we call a half dog posture, and we're using the chair. And this is a standard chair you can use at home, you can use your kitchen bench, or you can just lean against it or wall. So Harriet, if you could come down and touch the top of that chair, make sure your chair doesn't slip away from you. And Harriet's just lengthening her spine, so the sit bone's moving back away from her and her arms lengthening. If you want to bring your feet back just slightly, Harriet, so the feet, ideally your feet are underneath your hips. And we're letting baby hang off the spine, so there's no holding on to baby. You're simply giving your spine a bit of relief with baby hanging off the spine. This is brilliant for optimal fetal positioning too. If you have your baby in an awkward position, this is great for helping to take baby's pressure off the spine for optimal fetal positioning. And of course you're breathing naturally in this position. You never drop your head lower. With blood pressure, that's not a good idea. So the head's always level with the spine. And then Harriet, if you could walk in towards the chair, remember come up on an exhalation if you have low blood pressure. And we're going to come into a lunge, so right leg forward, left leg back. Now if you have any pelvic instability, this is going to be quite, you never take the legs wide apart. So the legs are not apart, it's a simple lunge. But even if that's too much with pelvic instability, you'd step back a little bit closer so your feet are not too far apart. And Harriet's going to release her pressure on the chair and come up into a nice lunge. And we're going to draw the hands up the body on the inhalation and then push away, leaning away on exhalation. Drawing energy in, lifting the spine up on inhalation, releasing on exhalation. So again, this flowing motion, thinking of water the whole time, and this beautiful emphasis of breath coming in and out, drawing positive in, pushing away negative. Come into the half dog again, then Harriet, in between your lunge, always giving your spine a nice release. And then whenever you're ready, changing to the other side, making sure that the feet are firmly on the floor. If you want a bit more of a stretch and you don't have pelvic instability, then you can try and stretch the mat beneath your feet and that will switch on all of your leg muscles. However, with pelvic instability, keep it nice and gentle. Coming back into your lunge and this lovely wave-like motion of breath, lifting with every inhalation, releasing with every exhalation. And making sure, as Harriet's doing, that her knee's not lunging much further than her ankle, so we're trying to keep that knee above the ankle joint to protect your knee joint. Just as many as you feel comfortable, always synchronizing with your breath and then coming back into your half dog. And most pregnant women love this position. Tends to feel so nice. We can accentuate it a little bit by bending the knees and coming right up onto the tippy toes and lifting your sit bones right up to the ceiling, and then lower the heels down and try and straighten the legs, and that should give you a nice stretch as well. That's beautiful, Harriet, thank you. And then walking in toward the chair really slowly, and we're going to bring the chair in and sit on it now. And we'll finish this standing work by sitting on the chair and coming into a twist. So make sure that the feet are directly below the knees and hands just on the knees, listening to the breath, following the breath. Once you feel you have your deep diaphragmatic breath flowing beautifully, then we'll take a nice inhalation, pressing into your feet, lengthening your spine, and then on the exhalation, take your right hand to your left knee, and your left hand will move to the chair behind you. So you're twisting. And notice how level Harriet's shoulders are, and her eyes are looking as far to her left as possible, exercising her eyes again. Once again, I stress even your eyes are affected in pregnancy. And she's still using that beautiful deep diaphragmatic breath, that wave-like breath. Twisting is wonderful, gentle twists in pregnancy. We're working on the kidneys here, and it's where we hold fear, so we want to release any fear from the kidneys. Coming back to the center, nice and slow, come back on inhalation, pause before you twist to the other side. And then gently moving around to the other side, keeping those shoulders nice and level, eye gaze looking as far to your right as possible. Keep the pressure in your feet, which will help your core to remain on as well whilst you're in a twist. Releasing from the kidneys, and you can even say to yourself, I'm willing to release any fear that I'm holding on to. With each exhalation, letting go, bringing in the affirmation of excitement instead, anticipation. Gently coming back whenever you're ready, bringing hands to baby, closing the eyes down and come back to the deep diaphragmatic breath, that wave-like motion of breath, creating the ebb and flow of amniotic fluid surrounding your baby's body. Baby, you are loved. Baby, you are nurtured. Baby, I am so proud to be your mother. I'm so looking forward to meeting you very, very soon.